So you telling me it's more disrespectful for me asking you for a DNA test than to find out 18 years later that the child's not mine?
No,
Why you asking me for a DNA test?
That's,
because you did something that you know you're not supposed to be doing. That's why you need a DNA test.
A lot of men, what we do is we test. Me asking you for a DNA test.
That means you don't trust me.
Nope. No. Stop.
Absolutely.
Stop. It could be I don't trust you, one. Or two, I want to see your reaction.
I'm definitely gonna be like, why do you want a DNA test?
So now I really want to.
That's very no. Let me tell you why. That's the most disrespectful thing you can say to a wife.
Do you think it's more disrespectful for me asking you that question than to find out 18 years later that the child's not mine?
Why did you marry her?
Thanks for putting that in writing, that anyone can be convinced of anything, but that doesn't make them right.
You got a boyfriend or something?
Okay, that's enough. No, that's enough. You need to be...
And that's why guys are not approaching girls anymore, and you guys wonder why. You know what's sad too is that later in the video, there was an employee that was working there that was saying, see, this is why boys do not approach girls anymore. Guy was just trying to talk to her and ask for a number. He's very straight and to the point, you know? And yet you got this girl in the pink shirt trying to interfere. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just talking to her. He wasn't harassing her in any kind of way, and yet it's a problem. This is exactly what we were talking about when guys say they just simply cannot approach a woman anymore, or a girl, or a guy, or boys cannot approach girls anymore. Because this is what you guys are doing. You guys are sitting there acting a fool when what this man was doing was just completely harmless. Like, girl, go be miserable somewhere else. Shoe fly shoe.
If you need money and you don't want a lecture from her, just call up her mom. That way you can get your money without making her super upset.
Yeah, this is just completely ridiculous. This is what I would say if I was a surface level human being who had no depth at all. She's not doing anything wrong. She's not on here complaining, expecting the world to fit her size. She's not saying it's okay to be overweight. She's simply moving her body and helping other people move their bodies. Is there anything wrong with that? No, that is a W in my book. I've seen a lot of people say, well, you wouldn't have a homeless man financially advise you. Guess what? If she had a fat loss coaching course and she was selling that, I would say, okay, well, yeah, fit the narrative maybe. But she's not. She's getting after it. She's helping other people get after it. That is a big W. I thought that's what we wanted with overweight people. And guess what? If you don't want an overweight instructor, you're not forced to have one. Maybe that's not for you, but maybe there are beginners who, could use advice from anyone getting into Pilates. That is perfectly okay.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Go ahead. Okay. That's not a respectful way to talk to me. She's making inappropriate jokes the entire ride. I asked her politely, please don't do it again or I'll let you out.
You did not ask her politely.
I said, ma'am.
It was a threat.
One more time and I'm going to pull over and let you out. Yes.
And now you're yelling at me.
Yeah, it is a threat.
Now you're yelling at me.
Because I feel uncomfortable.
Because she made a joke about hot firefighters?
No, because she's making a joke about date rape. She's making a joke about me drugging you. She's making a joke about wanting to get railed. I'm an engaged man and a loyal man. I don't need to hear this conversation in my car, okay?
You were very intense.
You're getting recorded. Thank you. Bye.
Can you unrecord me, please?
No.
Can you unrecord me, please? I'm recording you.
Okay, fine. I have everything on recording.
Okay, but then, so they can see that I did not do anything wrong.
No, but you are with somebody that did, making inappropriate comments the entire time.
You are being aggressive towards me.
The first time that I turned the music on after you made that comment should have been a hint.
You are being aggressive towards me.
Yes, because I'm very upset right now. You need to get out of my car and leave. Thank you, so I can continue.
All right,
bye.
Well, hopefully,
Have a good evening. Yeah, you're a piece of both of you.
What was that?
Bye. Close my door.
Would you repeat that, please?
Okay, so I'm gonna need somebody to draw it out for me like I'm a 5-year-old. Why there are so many women in that comment section saying that he was wrong, that he shouldn't have overreacted, that men are just so emotional and he should have minded his tone. When people say 100 women versus accountability, I don't even get offended because this is what they're talking about. The audacity to turn it around on him. You're being a and allowing your friend to do so, and then you have the audacity to shame him because he didn't ask you nice enough to stop thing is that I always hear in like the feminist echo chambers that women are expected to just take things with a smile, to be polite, and when we're uncomfortable, just smile through it. But that's not really reality, but it is a reality for men. So it would seem to appear that it doesn't matter what a woman is doing to a man. It doesn't matter how wrong she is, how many of his boundaries she's crossing. He has to 100% mind his tone, or else he becomes the monster. Whatever she just did. The fact that she's acting like a rapey bitch. He didn't ask her nice enough to stop. A woman ought to consider herself lucky because he was way more of a gentleman than most men would be. Not to mention, he didn't even have to be that nice to you. Kicking you out of his car, physically boot fucking you out of his car would have been appropriate enough. Spent the last couple decades demanding equality, and this is what we do with it? The moment we find out that it comes with responsibilities like accountability, suddenly it's, I'm a victim! Those women deserve no dick, and neither do the women in the comments. Thank you.
We're talking about a whole landscape of fertility, of everything. 23 is optimal for a lot of women in many respects. So if you don't prioritize those things, the marriage, the family, the kids in that age bracket, one of two things happens at that stage for women. Either they go down a path of being a right? And they wind up finding themselves by having, a bunch of D inside them every week, all different D, variety D. I got the variety pack this week, or whatever it may be. And they're drinking and they're sampling the drugs and they're doing all the nasty stuff, right? Guys galore, and they're, smoking and trying, whatever it may be. All of the underground dark stuff starts to happen. Or they wind up throwing themselves into a boss babe career climb that ultimately takes them.
Some women are like, yo, what happened to men? Like, none of them approach us anymore. Like, and I'm not gonna go approach a man. Like, this, what the happened? Like, how are we supposed to date? They don't approach you because women have made it so difficult for guys. Where if a guy even says, wow, you're so beautiful, you look very beautiful today, they'll literally look at him and be like, ew. Who the wants to deal with this? Who? No one. That's why nobody's approaching your okay? No one. Like, I've seen it. It's with women just being like, ew. And it's like, yo, you could literally be like, you know what? No, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm flattered. And if they don't leave you alone, just keep it walking. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. You don't gotta be a You really don't. And that's why guys don't approach women anymore. That's literally why.
And a lot of these modern women, they're thinking that they can continue on in this vein forever. But modern women don't realize that they're aging out. These clubs don't feel the same. You hear a lot of these modern women that go to the club and they say things like, oh man, I'm the old one in the club, and it seems like all of these even though he's an older man, like he's the same age, he's going for a younger woman. They're getting the attention that I used to, right? And you're kind of looking around, it's like, wait, what happened? That's what happened. Instead of settling down, you're still out here trying to play the game when you should have been laying in somebody's arms watching reruns of The Office and eating popcorn on a Friday night. But you're still out there trying to find somebody because you messed around and you played around thinking that you had all the time in the world.
Girls who make hating men their whole personality. What is wrong with y'all?
Bro, them girls who make hating men their whole personality be corny as because, bro, I promise you, we don't care. Like, if you don't like us, it's cool. Like, it is what it is. Niggas don't mind. But when you make that like your whole identity, like you go out your way to let people know that you hate men and you always say that you blame every man, wrap that up, bro. I ain't gonna lie, wrap that up, bro.
I can't even say I love my husband without them attacking me. All I have to do is react to a video for them to jump in my inbox and tell me how I am disgusting, how I'm supposed to have a terrible day, and they wish that I don't have kids, all sorts of garbage that I don't care about. You hate men so much to the point where a female can just love her husband, showing the world how much she loves her husband, and you're attacking her for that.
You know how I feel about Justin Bieber.
I don't care.
Babe,
I don't care.
literally
I don't care.
the first love of my life.
I'm telling you, if you're dating someone and they're talking about celebrities like that and like celebrity crushes, wrap it up immediately. And it's funny because we all know it's disrespectful, right? And it's like if the guy were to go around liking all of Ice Spice's IG posts, like we definitely hear problems about that, right? I remember one time I was dating this girl and I called Charlie XCX like queen and she was not having it. Like, I don't know what it is like with this narrative where it's like some people try to make it like, oh, like it's not a big deal. And like, nah, bro, it'd be a big deal. And the thing is, not only is it disrespectful, but the person who's doing it knows it's like when they're actually doing it. Like, I call Charlie X queen because I'm low-key and like that's just what we do. I remember one time I was talking to this girl and like she was like getting giggly like with like the thought of a male celeb. I was like, oh no. I was like, I will leave like literally right now. Straightened up immediately, started crying. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. And like a couple weeks later, she did it again with like a different male celebrity. And I was like, yo, like I will end things. I'm like, I don't think you understand. Like this is not a joke. And I'm like, I don't know who you're used to dealing with, but nah. And then it never happened again, right? But then in hindsight, I was like, bro, they definitely know it's disrespectful because this person was so like, if I ever said anything that was like relatively like positive, like about a woman, like she was tweaking out about it. So it's like, bro, like it's one of those things where it's like, they know and they're really just trying you genuinely. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like even if you have to correct it once, I think that's fine reason to get out of it. Like do not let them play in your face, bro. Because people, and I'm sure men probably do too, like people know what they're doing when they do stuff like that, bro.
I think for a lot of men, this is their absolute worst nightmare. They get home after 8, 12 hours and you're not even happy to see them. I mean, at that point, he'll just get back in his car and drive back to work. And a lot of women don't realize that men will spend pretty much half their day when they get a chance thinking about you and they're excited to come home to you. So when it's not mutual, that's absolutely devastating. It also turns his home into a place where he doesn't feel fully safe. It's the one place he should feel most comfortable coming through the door for. He doesn't have to perform or follow all these weird rules, but then when you act like this, it turns it into just that. And women always get upset in these situations when he eventually withdraws. And she's like, oh, he changed. He used to be happy to see me. Why do you think he changed? A lot of men just notice. They see that you're not happy to see him. And he's not gonna sit there and argue with you or explain it to you.
Women have lost the entire plot.
I'm not submissive.
Could you be a trad wife is what I'm asking.
Trad wife meaning like I'd be at home and no.
Like making Oreos from scratch.
I don't absolutely not.
Why not?
Because that's not who the I am. And my daddy didn't raise me like that.
To be a trad wife.
To be anybody's wife. I think marriage is legalized slavery.
Well, ain't nobody trying to marry Leslie Jones' big Sasquatch looking behind. Ain't nobody trying to do that. That's like me saying, well, yeah, I'm going to boycott American Eagle Outfitters. They don't make stuff in my size.
I think that they're like trying to sell this stereotype that being a trad wife, you're like wearing an apron all day and baking sourdough bread, where that's not really the case. It's more than just, oh, I'm slaving over a hot stove. It's like what you eat is medicinal. This is what's going to feed, you know, your husband, your partner. Like this is what's going to prevent him from getting cancer. This is what's going to prevent him from getting diabetes. The least you could do is make him dinner, bitch.
I mean, the fact that she's sitting there going, yeah, no, my daddy didn't raise me to be anybody's wife. Well, yeah, there's a reason for that. That's because he probably took a good look at you and went, okay, listen, I missed the mark on this one.
A lot of people like Leslie Jones, she's only going to reach half of her potential in this world because she would never have a man. She would never get married. So she's never going to reach her full potential in this world because she don't want to submit to a man. She doesn't want to be a team player. And a lot of these women, they compare like marriage to slavery, but have never been married. People are like surprised to realize that there's a lot of issues that are happening with Black women, and maybe Black men are not necessarily the problem. Maybe the problem is coming from these hood rats.
What is a feminist? There's been a lot of conversations about that. So let's clarify. A feminist is someone that believes in the equal treatment, equal rights, and equal opportunities for both men and women. So to clarify, if you are someone, for instance, who says all men, you are in fact not a feminist. If you are a misandrist, you are not a feminist. If you are someone that speaks about disparaging men in order to try to, in some odd way, uplift women, you are not a feminist. There are a lot of individuals out there masquerading as feminists, when in fact they're actually giving it a bad name. So I would encourage all of those that think they're doing the work of a feminist to actually do a little research before continuing to make yourselves look silly. Because the rest of us actually know what a feminist is, and a lot of you certainly are making that name look rather bad.
I want multiple endeavors. I don't want to be tied down to nobody. I want to love everybody.
You want a multi situation.
I want to love everybody. I want to love who I want to love, and just feel like I'm loved back, and just know that we have a mutual respect for each other. And you don't have to. You don't want
to limit to the.
Yeah, you don't have to beef or just people in general. You don't have to.
You're what a fiend is.
People in general, like.
Oh, women too. So basically, you need a guy that's down to share you, like a slice of pizza.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, shit. I mean, say what it is.
Listen, that's why I say I'm at a crossroad with my faith and my sexuality.
What you got faith in? What you got faith in?
I believe in God.
She's Christian.
I believe in God.
She's still Christian.
I believe in my heavenly Father.
You saying that you believe in the law? We do need to pray.
Okay.
Matter of fact, join hands. Go ahead. Lord, I want to pray for these two women because I truly believe that they have left the path of righteousness. But hold on. But it's not too late for them to come back, Lord. And I want you to put your protection over them. I want you to breathe life and light into them. I want you to give them optimism and hope, Lord. I want you to make them feel stable and cared for. I want you to make them feel confident. All their best times are ahead of them. And I want you to find them a good man who will honor them and who will keep them on the straight path and take care of them for a lifetime and make sure that they can get all of the things that they dreamed of. Not what the society told them to want, but the things that they really want in their heart, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. I really want multiple wieners.
Okay, Lord, forget all that. Strike them down with a stand, Lord.
What do you mean, them?
Some of them you can't save, Lord. It's in the floods, Lord.
There's a woman in the comments that said guys need to stop taking rejection from strangers personal. And once again, it's not so much the rejection, because you can get over that. It's the attitude in which it was done. Modern women, once again, not taking accountability for the way that they treat people. You think that you can talk to people sideways, you can act a fool with people, and then people won't take notice. You think that you can say silly off-the-wall things to people, men specifically, and then they'll be like, dang, that was harsh, but it is what it is. On to the next. No, what these modern women are trying to do is break the spirit of a man. They're trying to break the spirit of a man. And when a man says, I don't have to put up with this, then all of a sudden, oh, he's sassy. Why would he do that? Why would I protect myself?
Imagine telling your husband you want to start walking 10,000 steps a day, and so now before you go to bed every night, he's like, so did you get your 10,000 steps? No.
These are literally the best men to be with because they're holding you accountable to your long-term goals. And yeah, maybe it is a little awkward when he asks you and you have to be like, no, I didn't do it. But I mean, I bet that makes you feel more motivated to do it the next day, right? Because you know he's gonna ask. I mean, imagine being married to a man that actually listens to you. Some ladies complain that that's not the case for them, so... And I know some ladies share goals to feel connected to their person, not to create a shared accountability contract. And I know you wanted him to be excited for you in that moment and then you not actually do it. But what he heard was, help me stay on track with this. And he's doing just that. And if that doesn't show care, I don't know what does. And sometimes accountability feels invasive when it happens. Everyone loves the idea of being held to their goal until they don't meet them. And a lot of men, they do that because they would love for you to do the same to them if they mention one of their goals, for you to be their biggest supporter.
Stay-at-Home Dad Chronicles. Apparently I got the attention of somebody named Stay-at-Home Tom. Let's see what Tommy Boy has to say. My life is a vacation.
Do you understand that not everybody has the same lived experience as a middle-aged white man?
Shut the f up, Tom. You've already served your purpose. Anyways, we completed the quest for 50K last night, and thanks to Tommy Boy, we got a huge boost to the quest for 100K. I'm making bacon jalapeno cheddar bread, but the kids call it super bread for some reason. I don't know why. Just a word to the wise, watch out for these virtue signaling, pandering, performative content creators.
Follow-up question. Is it with the same woman?
Yes, although I fail to see the relevance of that, or why you're so worried about where my meat's been. That's not weird or anything. I can't really say that I approve of the company you keep either. Threatening to make a false CPS report because your feelings were hurt? Come on, man. That's a crime, by the way. Although I do have a sneaking suspicion that it's you on a burner account so you can say what you want to say behind a veil. Either way, your wife, your mom, your friend, probably you. Pretty disgusting behavior. What are you gonna tell them? That I make my kids all these home-cooked meals? That I wake up every single day at 4 a.m. to clean my house before I wake up my kids for homeschool? Spend all day, every day, with every single one of my 5 children? That I go a lot of sleepless nights to make these videos so I can finally retire my wife so she can have her dream? That I use my platform to raise money for a child with cancer? Over $1,500, by the way. I'm pretty proud of that. I'm gonna keep cooking. And I'm going to keep giving my opinion. And I'm not going to stop until I reach my goal. So go ahead and do your little get back video. Talk to yourself on social media. I've already wasted too much time on you already.
Yeah, I'm not like understanding this macho stay-at-home dad take.
Shocker. You said macho, not me. Bacon jalapeno cheddar bread. Cry some more if you want. I'm busy.
This might be a hot take or offend some people, and I'm really sorry. But I can't stand when I see a man in the passenger seat. What are you doing? What are you, Miss Daisy? Get in the driver's seat. That's like a woman's spot. That's embarrassing. Why is she driving you around? What I think is, oh, he must be sick. He must be really sick. Maybe he lost his right foot. Maybe he's on the way to the hospital. Maybe something terrible happened in his life and he can't emotionally take it and she has to drive him. Fine. Any other reason? What are you doing? Do you let her pump your gas too?
Do not ruin it for the women that like to drive or that need to drive, because if not, they will get sick. Motion sickness is not fun, okay? Bottom line is that if you see a man in the passenger seat and a woman is driving, 99% of the time, it is because that woman wants to be in the driver's seat. So if anything, this whole video needs to be redone. And look, you gotta take it up with the ladies, because if you got a problem with it, then you should speak to them, not to the men.
1,000 single women showed up to a church singles event, and only like 20, 30 men showed up.
At this point, I don't understand why anyone is still surprised over this. Between the drizzle movement and the bear versus the man argument, and the general huge amounts of men that have been speaking out about how marriage and relationships are just not worth it, and that dating is only ever worth it if you end up finding a unicorn where she's like putting in effort just like you are. With all of that very much known, it is no surprise that men are rather staying home, keeping their peace, chilling, working, or ignoring people.
You know, men been trying to tell them, but they don't seem to really understand it until it's too late. The wall hits, and it seems like it come on all of a sudden, but it don't really come on all that fast. It's really a gradual change that modern women don't really accept. They don't, until like them likes hit the wall, them DMs hit the wall. Them options hit the wall. And then now you're realizing maybe I should have took the good man seriously 5 years ago. Yeah, we know. 5 years ago, you thought you had forever. 5 years ago, you thought you was gonna continue doing the same thing for 5, 10, 15 years. I'll be doing this when I'm 50. Why? Why would you think that? Why would you want to be doing that? Never slow down. Never settle down. You got people out here pumping you up to do the wrong thing, and they went on and stopped it and got married. And now you're out here by yourself, looking silly. Stop making silly decisions. Go ahead and find somebody.
Ladies, I'm not taking shots at anyone with this, but I'm gonna mention it because this is genuinely how I think. So let me ask y'all, since when did grabbing coffee as a first encounter, as a first date, become insulting? Because I've heard women say, coffee dates? Nah, I don't do those. I'm too high value for a coffee date. That's an insult. That's not my speed. And it's crazy because you know how many good men, how many great possible connections y'all missing out on because of that mindset? And all because they won't take just 30 minutes of their time to sit down with someone and have a real conversation face to face. Ladies, y'all got it twisted. I'm not taking you to coffee because you're not worth dinner. I'm taking you to coffee to see if you're worth more than dinner. Cause at this age, I don't want to text and DM for a whole week, build a fake connection, then sit through a whole dinner and realize we don't even connect. Coffee isn't low effort. It isn't being cheap. It's intentional. And me personally, I'd rather stay single than rush into something with someone who values the experience more than the connection. Stop confusing simple with insulting. The right one won't see coffee as less. They'll just see it as what it is, the beginning, the start. It's wild how many I don't do coffee dates people are missing out on real ones. It is what it is. Some date for the moment, others date with intention. I'm choosing connection over performance every time, especially nowadays.
I'm a traditional woman, so a man needs to pay my bills. Are you gonna cook for him? What am I, his mother? Do you want to be a stay-at-home mom? Does my body look like a breeding factory for men? Oh my god, can you cook? I'm gonna marry a man that's self-sufficient and doesn't need me to do those things. You want a man that's gonna let you stay home and just pay all your bills, right? Yeah, that's a man's job, to provide. Okay, so what exactly makes you traditional? Like, it just sounds like you're kind of just wanting your bills paid and a free ride. I find that extremely misogynistic and offensive.
All day, every day, therapist, mother, maintenance, benefit.
I genuinely believe that every single woman deserves to receive $10,000 a month from her husband, from her boyfriend, whoever you're with, just for him to show his appreciation for you.
$10,000 a month for appreciation. Right.
And I think that is a standard that all men should be held to.
Of course they do. It's always those that seem to have excess money that are always very free with everyone else's. But it kind of makes a person wonder, what about those individuals that necessarily can't afford that $10,000 a month?
And as a man, if you cannot hold yourself to that standard, then you should not be dating at all, honestly. I mean, you're just not financially ready to provide. You're not ready to be in the scene.
The scene. Indeed. And for those who haven't done the math yet, that comes to approximately 120,000 American dollars per year just to, in some cases, just date some of these women.
And even more importantly, you're just not ready to get married yet.
There is nothing classier, after all, than someone with a classist mentality. But gentlemen, here's a reminder. A woman that genuinely cares about you is going to want you to invest your money in something that is important, long-lasting, and for the future, not just to spend it on them.
Y'all want to see how we stay poor for clout?
So guys, today I bought a new car.
Lovely.
I put $4,000 down.
$4K.
$1,000 a month payment.
$1,000 a month.
50% interest rate for 90 months.
For 90 months. We don't even got to do everything with interest. Forget all that. $1,000 payments for 90 months. That is $90,000. Bruh, young lady put herself in a debt that is gonna follow her for the rest of her life. $90,000. If you don't know how money works, please go learn, because we can't continue to have this happen. If this lesson was a hit or a miss, tell me why below.
I think it's so funny whenever I post anything saying like, women are oppressed.
Well, that's fascinating. And yes, there are still places in this world today where women are genuinely oppressed. However, I wonder if they're going to tell us anything about how women are supposedly oppressed in the Western world.
And then there's so many men in the comments who are like, oh yeah, how are women oppressed? How are they oppressed?
Yes, indeed. I know I'm waiting to hear how I'm supposedly oppressed. I believe we're all waiting for that answer.
Babe, just look at this comment section. Like, you all hate us.
And that was the entirety of the video. Anyone else notice that they didn't actually answer the question of how women are oppressed, specifically in the Western world where this video was obviously made, but instead they deflected to the comment section, which naturally and unfortunately did have some rather disparaging comments about women in it from men. Now, here's something important to remember. Just because some men out there don't like women or make disparaging remarks does not mean that a person is oppressed. It really makes me wonder if some individuals actually know the definition of the term.
The average comment section under a video of a woman being in a happy relationship.
Okay, it's giving housewife, but if that's the life you want to live, go ahead. You're doing all of this for a man. That's you. You're so desperate. You respect him. You are so down bad. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
why would you respect
Someone come
him?
help her. Someone come free her. Aw, he just spent his entire life savings to make sure that you got your dream home and got everything taken care of. Go through his phone. Because that's actually a big red flag. If a man actually likes you, it probably means he's cheating on you. So you go through his phone. Oh, he's so nice.
cheat on him and
He's
see if he's
cheating on you. He's cheating. He's cheating on you. He has a good relationship with his mother, and you're fine with that. You're dating a mama's boy. That's okay.
Yeah.
You got married and started a family with this dude. But what are you, a slave? Like,
Yeah.
you know we have rights now.
marrying and then-
You don't have to do this. You don't. Oh, you like actually wanted a life and a family. He's probably cheating on you.
They're delusional.
Man. You know, you just continue to try to tell some of these women something and they don't freaking listen, man. Try to tell them. You really do. Once again, I know, oh man, you about to hit the wall. I get it. But some of these guys are really trying to tell you, if you keep on treating men like this, men are not gonna come out. And modern women keep on laughing, oh, men are not lonely enough. He said, if you keep on raising the bar while bringing less, men gonna opt out. Laughed again. Said, men don't like a lot of drama. They don't like a lot of chaos. They like peace. Once again, laughing. Men choose to be alone. Ha ha ha, you can never be alone. Okay. All right. And now that the man's not approaching you, sitting up in the club, take it. Wait a minute, you see the man back there, they don't approach me. Told you. You act like you couldn't hear. Oh man, you see those men over there looking at the TV? There was a clip of a bunch of men had a clip or had a phone set up somewhere and they were all watching. I think that maybe it was a game or something like that. How can they be watching the game and you got all these women that want to talk to you? Like I said, I told you you was gonna act a fool until nobody wanted to talk to you.
When a man is able to walk away from a woman without feeling scared, without feeling anxious, or without feeling like he's failed, I promise you that woman will find you 50% more attractive by walking away. I promise you. Because we expect that obsession, we expect that attraction already. If a man's coming up to us, we're like, oh, just another guy, I guess, I'm attracting another guy. And then if you're acting like that, and the man is just like, all right, fine. If you're not interested, he walks away. That's where the woman's like, oh, maybe he's not actually that bad. Maybe he was actually interested in me. Maybe I should give him a chance. See that reverse psychology? There's no need to play these games, okay? You have options, act like it, right? I think the best way to go up to a woman is to not see it as an approach, to see it as an opportunity for her to meet you. If you're going up to a woman, it shouldn't feel like an approach, right? You're not cold approaching a woman. No, she's getting the opportunity to meet you. And if she doesn't like it, you walk away.
Ladies, can we please stop pretending like this is something cute? Because you basically admitting that you are holding on to some amount of resentment or you're keeping score in some sort of way with your husband doesn't look good on you. It is not something that all the women can come into the comments and be like, oh no, you know me so well. And that's it. Like, it's nothing that actually needs to be addressed, because absolutely this is something that needs to be addressed if this is going on in a marriage. Because honestly, men, husbands are sick of it. They are sick of being the bad guys simply for taking a nap. And they are sick of having to wake up from that very nice nap or being woken up by his wife to a very grumpy wife, a wife that does not obviously appreciate the things that he does do when he's awake, because she thinks that he doesn't ever deserve a nap. I mean, if you are just jealous, ladies, and you want a nap, take the nap. Ask him, watch the kids, let me have a nap too. Like, guys will do that. If he likes you, he'll do that. And if he doesn't, then that's another problem. And that's something that you could have a valid complaint over, but not simply this, not him just taking the nap in the first place.
Become the woman that the man you want wants. If you don't know what you want, you get whatever. Oh, and so our biggest issue is that when we go in, we don't even know what we want. We know we want a man. We hope that he's well endowed. We hope that his pockets are just equally as fluffy. We hope that he has no children and he's fine as hell and he smells good all the time. He gets manicures, pedicures. We do create this list of things that we want, but not the actual person's character. Like, what do we want him to do for us?
Say that.
You know what I mean? Like,
loud and
you
clear.
want him, but what do you want him to do besides take out your garbage? What are you walking away with in this relationship? How can we make it purposeful and profitable? We don't think about that. We don't even consider it.
No.
So when I say you have to be the woman that the man you want wants, you have to know what kind of man you want. You have to know what you want before you just get the guy.
Yes.
Because he's a package.
Yes.
Regardless of whether it's kids or an ex-wife or alimony or just childhood trauma he hasn't really, he's a package.
Yes.
Him, his business, his account, they're all in alignment.
Yes.
And you've got to know what you want.
Yes.
Or you simply just get whatever.
Yeah.
That's it.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I also feel like inside of dating, like I always say what I need out of a relationship. You're like, what's your type? I'm like, my type, safety, security, respect, emotional intelligence, emotional regulation, openness, and honesty. That's my type.
Yes.
What does he look like? I don't know.
I hope y'all wrote that down.
I want it all.
Yeah.
I do, and I believe that we can have it all.
You absolutely can.
But I only know now because I've had experiences to learn what I don't want.
I'm the second sister wife in my polyfly family. Yes, Riders, the second sister wife. And in my last video, a lot of women got stuck on that second sister wife part. And this happens to me all the time, so I wanted to talk about it. I had women in my DMs talking about, girl, it could never be me. I could never be number two. This is one of the things that women do to try to make me feel like ashamed of being polyfly, ashamed of being the second sister wife. So for those of you that are interested in becoming polyfly and you're coming into a new situation, I want you to know that it's very important for you to respect the women that were there before you. The same way that you're going to want that respect from the women that come after you. My sister wife has been down with Taz for over 20 years. She's known him for over 20 years. She's been riding for him for over 20 years. She absolutely deserves the respect of being the first sister wife. I mean, I feel like hierarchies are very important. Very important. And they're a part of everyday life. A lot of you guys have jobs that you guys have managers and supervisors and all that. And some of you are the managers. And you want that respect from the people that are under you. That doesn't mean that those people are worthless. It just means that you have more experience and more knowledge, and that should be respected.
On Shaq's podcast, he said men should never open up to a woman because they will use it against you. True or false? Okay, story time. Walk with me. So, obviously, I talk for a living. People tell me I sound crazy on network television. So imagine how crazy I sound when I'm not on TV and I'm angry. This ain't even a deal breaker for me. It's not like you get one time to do this. Anyone, man or woman, and I've had both do this to me. If you throw something in my face that I told you in confidence, oh, you want your feelings hurt. Oh, you want me to say something crazy, and you're no longer in my life. It's a wrap. So I feel Shaq. Now, I hope that he does open up, to the right person.
Right.
But this, you want to see me like act crazy? Like, do this. You want me out of your life easy? Do this. I'm gonna say something so mean, like the intention will be to break your soul.
Can we have an example?
I gotta think about it. I can tap into it though. You see me tapping into it.
Nah, I think that's a lie. I think you can open up. 100% true. See, women want you to open up, but women also want you to be a gangster, G, and want you to be tough and all that type of stuff. So, if you are crying in front of a woman, she gonna look at you a certain type of way. I don't care what the women say. And I understand they want you to open up, but when you open up a little too much and you crying, now you're labeled as soft. And what women want more than anything is a protector. And if you crying and boo-hooing and all that in front of women, even though you opening up, they gonna label you as soft, homeboy.
Listen, on this topic, I'm gonna let James just take over. You know what I mean?
I want to know your...
Why is it true, Shady? Explain real quick for the people.
Can you open up to him, Shady?
I went to my mom, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Let my mom know what's going on. I ain't let her know that, you know what I'm saying? Because when you weak and vulnerable, they gonna bring it up. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? When you the king of the castle, when you the man in the house, you gotta hold it down. You can't let her know everything about you. You can't let her know everything you feeling. You know what I'm saying? I feel it. It's called authority. You know what I mean? The man in the house got the authority. The main authority.
Yeah, the household. I got a question for you ladies, though. Like, what do you consider too much opening up? Like, how many? Like,
These is other people's problems. I don't mind.
But I'm just saying, like, so like you feel like.
If it's over something, boo. That's what he sounds like? No, not if he sounds like that. Not if he sounds like that.
Men are always complaining. Oh, it's so hard to be a man.
And here we go.
The only value is what you can provide. And it's like, it's your fucking world, dude. Why don't you be a man, be a leader, make it better?
You know, it's been said that women are the most empathetic towards others. However, apparently there are always exceptions.
But honestly, just get out of the way. Let the matriarchy happen.
Ah, the fabled matriarchy. Let's actually hope if it ever does come to fruition that those in charge of it are actually decent human beings and not like some examples that I could mention.
And back in the olden days, I did man stuff.
I'm shocked.
Don't recommend. But it was not cool to complain.
Well, those of us with actual social awareness do realize that it's never, unfortunately, been considered socially acceptable for men to complain about anything. They're just supposed to, as someone recently said, man up.
And now they're like, that's their cross to bear. Like, oh, everything's so hard. I mean, half the men out there are probably looking at them like, stop complaining.
Well, that doesn't make it right now, does it? Just because some men and obviously some women are doing it doesn't mean that it's okay to disparage anyone for worrying about their mental health.
It's like, it's patriarchy, it's hyper-capitalism.
I love it when someone uses buzzwords and they obviously don't know what they mean.
Do something. Jesus. And everybody knows there's no support groups. Like, why don't you guys start a book club?
Remember, gentlemen, no matter how many distasteful takes there are out there in regards to mental health and its importance, there are a great many more people out there that actually are supportive of individuals seeking help and getting the support that they need.
And it'd be one thing, because you hear a lot of people say, man, I just want to get out the house. I want to do my own thing. Man, I just want to have my own space. Nobody's mad at that. But once again, we got to drill down to the entitlement. We got to drill down to the attitude that comes with it. Men already see the setup from a long, long way away. Look at some of these comments here. Woman says, I'm tired, send me my husband. Another girl says, I'm tired as well. all the girls are tired, a whole bunch more girls are tired. Another woman says, listen, as in, listen, you speaking to me right now. I'm tired of being strong. I'm tired of being independent. Here's another one. Yes, I need my husband. Here's another one. Very much tired. Where is my husband? Here's another one. I unchecked that strong independent box 2 years ago. Send me my husband. Where is my husband at? And these modern women will go to church. They will be at the altar crying, begging and pleading. They will be on these podcasts. Well, on this podcast, what they do on these podcasts is they try to show strength because modern women cope, right? But you're done. You're done for. Stop doing that. Control your attitude. Where's my husband? Staying far away from you because you haven't healed in the way that you have led people to believe that you've healed. You've got a bad attitude.